I'm Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, along with your hosts Mase and Kim, and today we are joined with our analyst Michael Irvin.
Yeah, what a day, what a time to be alive. Can y'all hear me out there in the land of the living? Or are all of you dead on the show?
Hey, you're right, Mase. I guess Mase is right.
Yeah.
Since all of us lost right now.
Yeah.
Mase is the only one. And he plays tonight. You play tonight. I see. I bet Mase all day was sitting home saying, "Boy, I got these jokers today. Oh, I got these jokers."
Birdman hands. Oh man. And I see you, Mike. You got on. Is that the Camron pink cam? That's not the Camron pink.
Yeah. This is you know y'all pink, the pink y'all on the helmet, everything right there. Pink y'all, you guys wear. This the my last day here that I work with you guys in October. So you know I had to pull out the full pink since it's the last October. Next time I see you, it'll be November.
Yeah, definitely.
And
let's not forget about Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So definitely shout out to everybody. And Mike, I see you've been definitely representing that, and I'm glad that you don't let us forget about that. And definitely big shout out to also Arabia, you know, somebody surviving from that. So I want y'all to know here that it is what it is. Thank you, Mike, for making sure that we stay on top of that as well up here at the show.
Yeah, and we love Arabia. We really do. She's so funny, man. I mean, hey, listen, that last show we were all doing, I can't tell you how many people came and we told, did she bring up Pornhub on the show? No, I'm telling you.
Yo, Arabia, you know, I went back and watched that shit. Arabia got a lot of bars. She said, yo, the girl was thicker than the glass at the zoo. I didn't catch that when she said it actually live on the show. I said, yo, you got a lot of bars because the glass at the zoo got to be thick.
Yeah, the gorilla run up to the glass and go boom.
Yeah. She got bars, man.
Wait. Stat. Hey, put that shot back on Stat. What'd you do with your hair?
You know,
what'd you do there, Stat?
she just switched it up.
Oh.
Gotta switch it up sometimes. So yeah.
I thought Stat was Beyonce at the show the other day. I saw somebody over there had the whole glitter outfit on with her hair done.
Yeah, Mase did not recognize me. He said, "Who is that?" Yeah, just a little show. We had a show, you know, over the weekend.
You've been getting a lot of compliments about your hair this season, period.
Yes.
I've been seeing that online.
Can I just shout out my stylist, Miss Ashley, because she does her thing. I have to give her that shout out because switching it up, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. It's cool. I want to be a little bit of a trendsetter, so I'm going to change it up a little bit. So yes, we got to change it up.
Is it a wig or is it a lace?
Always going to ask me the details. We could talk about the details later.
Okay, my bad.
Right, that's like asking a woman her age. I mean, you can ask me my age, but yeah.
Well, let's get to the dead people. Please, can we get to the dead people?
Yeah, Mase, I'm sure you're so excited. So excited. Don't jinx yourself, but we are going to start with the Steelers because Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers lost to Aaron Rodgers' former team, the Packers, 35-25. So the Packers are actually first in the NFC North. Mike, how do you feel about their season so far in this game, and how do you feel about the Steelers' loss?
I thought the Packers kind of got a breakthrough tonight, you know, with Jordan Love and the way he played going up against Aaron Rodgers. You know, it was I looked at that as Mr. Miyagi and Danielson, you know, since Aaron Rodgers taught Jordan Love everything. And you can see in that game all the things that Aaron Rodgers used to do when he was with Green Bay, when he was a little younger, like Jordan Love did to him today. You know what I'm saying? So it was like Jordan Love just really stepping out. He had 360 yards. I mean, that's his best game that he's had this season so far. And, you know, and they jumped out. If Christian Watson gets back, now these guys are getting healthy. If he can play like this the rest of the season, talking about Jordan Love, then yeah, Green Bay can be in the thick of things when it's all said and done. because he played well today. He outplayed Aaron Rodgers, and I'm sure that was one of his goals, or probably his most important goal, getting the win and making sure he outplayed Aaron Rodgers.
Nice.
Mike, I would love to agree with you, but I can't. You talking about they jumped out. They were only up 7-3 in the first quarter. The second quarter, Pittsburgh scored 13 points, but I got to stick with what I know, and what I know is this. We're looking at championship points. I want to see what Killer got to say about this. Can y'all make sure the camera's on Killer for this? Because I see championship points. And I also see that, you know, Aaron Rodgers did not make it to 225. This is 360 on the other side. But I think when it's all said and done, this team, they just didn't do enough to win. And I'm so glad that this was the Pittsburgh Steelers. I would not have wanted it to be anybody else. When I look at the way that in the fourth quarter, they let homeboy get them 2 touchdowns, it's just you can't win letting people go for 50 yards and 70 yards. You just can't win this way, Stat. You can't win this way. Can you put the camera back on Stat? You just can't win this way, Stat. And if you need to come back to summer school at Titletown, because we got to teach you how to keep winning. It's one thing to win. You got to keep winning. You're with guys who keep winning. Oh, this is gonna be
Mate's
great.
right, though. You got to give Tucker Kraft. It was tight ends day, and Tucker Kraft went off. You're right. You know what I mean? He was killing them, running free and running wild. The only person I saw run freer is everybody against the Dallas Cowboys, but Tucker Kraft was wide open. We'll get to all of that. I'm just dealing in my pain.
That was wild. He was wide open. It's tight ends day. Like they gonna kill you in the chat.
It is.
Oh, I get to kill all my enemies today. He's 1 down, pause, 2 more to go.
He said, Mase selling all family business today like the mafia. He's selling all family business.
Oh, Stat.
It's been lovely sports day.
And just think about it. With Aaron Rodgers playing the Packers, I think the Packers went in the locker room after 4, not even in the locker room, but after 3rd quarter, and just say, you know what, we not letting this nigga beat us. I think that was a conversation for them to come back out and get the points they got in the 4th quarter. It had to be a conversation. That's what I really believe.
That's that team. I'll go left.
Okay, so to Mace's point, yeah, it's just, I love this for all of us because, of course, all of our teams wanted to perform the way that they did. So, first and foremost, should have known we weren't going to win that game when they came out in them ugly behind uniforms. I know that they were throwback uniforms, but I don't know what that was. I don't like how they looked, but to each their own. I feel like thing about being a Steelers fan, especially in this game, it had a lot of upside, you know? We're feeling like we're finna win. Aaron Rodgers is making great passes. We're getting good touchdowns. We're getting our points up. And then I don't know what happens in the second half. For all the teams that we've lost to, all the points mainly get accumulated in that 4th quarter. These teams end up making at least 14 points, which just shouldn't happen. It's like our defense starts to give up as the game progresses, which is really frustrating because it's like, we always talk about defense wins championships. We want to see that. Like, Steelers, we're known for having a stronger defense, and it's just been dwindling down, especially in these games that I feel like we have good chances and strong starts of winning. So we basically need to pick that up and get better at finishing strong, because at that point we're just letting the opposing team just score more points on us. So it's frustrating to see. I mean, I still have hope. I still think, I'm not going to say like I'm on the Aaron Rodgers train, but like I'm a supporting him. He's our quarterback. That's what I can do. But there's just a lot of holes that need to be fixed. I'm just being honest. You know, you got to be honest.
Do you see the similarities in years prior? One game and Stat is also looking for a way out. How convenient, Stat. When you guys was 19, 15, I'm quite sure you thought we got this.
Of course.
And then it just all went left.
Of course, because at that point you see the potential. You're seeing that, okay, this is a game that we can win. But it always happens specifically in that fourth quarter, and I don't know what that problem is. But they're gonna need to fix it because we can't keep. Like we always say, like, go ahead, Mase.
It's called championship pedigree. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You can't do this. This is what I be trying to tell you, Stat. If you look good, you play good.
Yeah.
And now you're talking about it's the outfits. It wasn't the outfits in the first 3 quarters. Stat, how convenient. You could find a way out. You got to stop hanging out with Michael Irvin and them. Because the switch up is crazy.
There's no switch up. I'm going to still stick beside him, but it literally is what it is. And you just got to play better our next game. That's all we can do moving forward. Literally, it is what it is. Cam.
I was going to agree with definitely what Stat said. It's the fourth quarter. You're winning there. You're winning the 3 quarters, and then you sit there and let them get a 21-6 fourth quarter on you guys. I think it's more the fact for like Aaron Rodgers, you always want to beat your old team. I was sitting there when I'm watching this game, I'm thinking about how much, even Brett Favre, when Aaron Rodgers, the same situation happened with Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers wanted to go in the division so he could play niggas twice a year. Like, that's how mad Aaron Rodgers was. And Aaron Rodgers, he put up crazy numbers. I remember, because I was like, I was a big Brett Favre fan, not necessarily a Green Bay Packer fan. And I remember he came back and threw for 4 touchdowns his first time playing against Green Bay. Matter of fact, both games, I think he had over 500 yards total in both games. And I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, little nigga, remember me? You thought this was your slide. I taught you what you know. And I think that's the attitude that Aaron Rodgers wanted to have towards Jordan Love. And it just didn't go in his favor. But what I did see stick out from this game more than just the Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love battle is when I'm looking at Tucker's craft numbers. And I'm like, yo, this is a great one receiver for Jordan Love, 143 yards, 7 receptions, and Green Bay is looking really, really good. It's gonna boil down to me right now, and I know we talked about it, Mike. Teams that's standing out. How's no complete team so far going forward? When we start winding down and we get to the halfway point of this season, we got to start keeping an eye on Denver. Denver's looking really, really good. And I didn't want to say Denver because, I don't like the way your man, even though I know that's your man, Mike, your man Sean Payton, still got a little bit of attitude, how he kicked Russell Wilson out last year. I got a little bit of attitude about that with him. And the motherfucking Colts, man. These are 2 teams that we would not, none of us, at least not on this panel, would expect it at the beginning of this season to be like, these are the 2 dominant teams so far in the NFL. But as far as this game's concerned, Jordan Love, like you said, Mike, got the best of Aaron Rodgers, and I'm pretty sure Aaron Rodgers isn't happy about it. But Green Bay, LaFleur, you guys are looking good. Y'all got a chance. The NFC towards the end of this year is going to look really interesting when you're thinking about Green Bay, when you think about Tampa Bay. You think about the Detroit Lions. Brock Purdy is still injured. We'll see what happens when he comes back. Even on the 49ers, been looking not that great when he's not there. NFC is really, really interesting this year. We see, I know we're going to talk about it later, but we see what Philadelphia bounced back and looked like today, very dominant against the Giants. This is really, really interesting. Sorry, Nick. I know. I see you on my peripheral making faces and shit. So it's going to look really, really interesting when it comes down to how the NFC shapes up towards the end of the season.
Yeah. So we see.
Let me say this.
Oh, go ahead, Mike.
Let me say this, because I too held on and held something against Sean Payton, who I consider to be a very good friend of mine. Sean used to be here in Dallas, and I got a chance to spend a lot of time with him. I'm very fond of him. But the results in which he has now, I say, gives me the peace about how he handled things then. I wish he would have handled them better and treated Russell Wilson, the black quarterback, with better gloves and handled him a little more professionally. But I understand the pressure that is put on head coaches in the National Football League. And then he goes and get this young quarterback and is doing things and got his team right there in the hunt and in first place. I gotta say I'm cool with it.
Now, see, the thing is this, Mike.
The ends justify the means.
What I'm saying is this, Mike. You're right as far as productivity is concerned. When you're sitting there saying, okay, he didn't want Russell Wilson. He said, this was y'all guy. Y'all want me here. Let me get my guy, which Bo Nix is his guy. But what I'm saying is this: cut the personal shit out, bro. You already got your fucking quarterback with Bo Nix. Why would you, after you beat the Giants the other week, make that comment after the game? Why would you say, I see you found something with Jackson Dart. I wish y'all would have figured that out after you played me. What the fuck is your personal problem with Russell Wilson? You got him out of here, you got the quarterback that you wanted, but you still throwing shots at Russell Wilson. What is that about? That's what I'm saying. So what you're saying is right as far as football is concerned, but this personal shit he got with Russell Wilson is bothering me. That's all I'm saying.
Right, and it could bother you, and I understand, because what Russell took, you know, 'cause like you said, let it go. Yeah. He's gone.
Right.
You got who you want, and you're winning with him. Let it go. But Russell took something from Sean Payton. Sean Payton was known like Kevin O'Connell in Minnesota as the quarterback whisperer. He took Drew Brees. Remember, Drew Brees was short arm wasn't strong enough. Then he took Taysom Hill and made him a quarterback. He was the quarterback whisperer. He's supposed to make any quarterback good. And Russell Wilson was. He was like, man, Russell was damaging this man's reputation. That's why he got him out of there.
Everything you're saying is correct, right. But what's the personal shit about?
The next coach backed them up. You saw how he ran. The Bulls don't want to see Russell on the field so bad. He ran in the knockout tent. The quarterback was knocked out. He's in concussion protocol. He get fined for running in there and talking about, please, I don't care, even with a concussion, I want him on the field over Russell Wilson. That's basically what he was saying.
Mike, because you know his job's on the line. That's why we know the Bulls' job is on the line. So he like, get that nigga out, because if shit don't go right, I'm getting fired, which he still might get fired anyway. If they don't get this shit together. We see then Scatterboo shouted this shit. I'm pretty sure we'll talk about that later. Yeah, it don't look good. So he ran over there like, nigga, my job's on jeopardy. Yo, that nigga, all right? He gonna be good? Get that nigga back out of here. Everything football related, you are correct. I'm not disagreeing with you. Anything football related. I am talking about Sean Payton's comments after they beat the Giants the other day. It was uncalled for.
Okay, to each their own. Okay, so let's talk about the Jets. So they won their first game of the season versus the Bengals, 39-38. We're literally going through the list of everybody's teams right now, as y'all see. But it's been a long time coming for the Jets. Mike, what do you think of the Jets' first win of the season?
I was so happy for Aaron Glenn and getting that victory in the way in which they got that victory also. You know, this was a comeback. You know, so yeah, you guys were down, and they were at the bottom. I mean, literally at the bottom. And I'm talking about quarterback Justin Fields. They had benched him, and then Tyrod Taylor couldn't go. So they were like, damn, got to put him back out here again. So that was probably close to his last chance. And we'll be talking about a lot of quarterbacks that probably had their last chance. You know, that was, and he got a chance to get in. And it's so funny, he was playing like today, he played today like he was saying, all right, I don't have anything to lose. They already benched me, and I think I'm on my way out. I heard him talk after the game, and he was saying, you know, this has been very hard on him. You know, he was in his closet crying and trying to come up with something and figure it out. And he was real happy that it came out and turned out the way it did. Like, he made a great comeback for that victory, which could solidify him back in that starting role with the way he played and came back and win that game today. So I was happy to see Aaron Glenn get his first win, and I was actually happy for Justin Fields. And Cam, we talked about some of the things, I mean, Mase, you talked about it, some of the things that he has said sometimes in the past that came back up and were going to get in his way. I thought he handled his press conference much more mature, with much more maturity today, you know, so you can see the growth in him. Speaking of that, guys, also, when I watched Baker, I saw an interview with Baker Mayfield. He handled it much more mature, like we were talking about. So, you know, you seeing some of these young quarterbacks when they came in and they had some problems, starting to kind of figure it out and learn how to handle the position they are in. Certainly, Baker's has learned that. And I thought today was a big step for Justin Fields.